Hey there people, Peter here back with another video for you. And this time I want to fully express my frustration and disappointment of Bethesda. It's not like the signs were not shoved in our faces in the last 5 years. On the contrary, Bethesda did whatever they could to disappoint people. And now I think we lost them just the way we lost EA a long time ago and more recently Ubisoft. Okay, now, I'll take some time to explain what I mean. I consider Bethesda one of the more creative and generally better game studios, especially compared to the aforementioned EA and Ubisoft. But what happened in the last 3 or 4 years make me say no. Bethesda are just the same. The only difference is they have slightly more human face than the big corporations, EA especially. Okay, let me start by saying this. I consider Skyrim one of the best games ever made. It is in my personal top 5. I adore this game and everyone who speaks bad about it should consider more than 20 million copies sold. But even Skyrim had people that considered it a step backwards because of its simplicity. I disagree though. The simple character leveling and skill trees allow me to spend more time in the world rather than inside the menus thinking what to level up each time. But knowing the previous games, having not played any of the previous games, I can see why many people have issues with that. I know complexity creates depth, but simplifying the game, Bethesda removed a lot of the clutter and put the gameplay and the atmosphere forward, leaving the menus and the skills etc. in the background. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that they learned the wrong lesson from the Skyrim success. That game was Bethesda's peak, and it was all downhill from there. First off, there's the Elder Scrolls Online, an MMO that nobody ever asked for. Why did they choose to pursue a market that have long been served, not to mention going against World of Warcraft? That remains a mystery. They choose to compete with a game with 10 years of development behind its back. No wonder it has a user score of 5.7 out of 10 and a metascore of 71, rendering it basically mediocre. According to the critics, the game was lacking in a lot of aspects, especially compared to the previous brilliant Elder Scrolls titles. But okay, everyone makes mistakes now and then. It could be just a fluke. But no, next up we have Fallout 4. Honestly, I played that game for 2 hours, found that incredibly dull, and then I refunded. I have played Fallout 3 back in the day, and I had a fairly good time with it. Although I remember being intimidated by all the skills and stats you got to manage and whatnot. But it's the future. It's okay to have the extra skills and stats compared to Skyrim, which is fantasy Middle Ages. There are a lot more stuff to manage, the guns and the hacking skills and whatnot. But what made me stop playing Fallout 4 was the conversation system and the questing. The BioWare Witcher 3 style of conversations make you stay stiff like a piece of wood in one place, and the camera zooms in on your face and the animators take their time to make all your facial features move about realistically. On top of that, after I finished the mission, the game told me go there and build a house. Am I playing Sims or Minecraft or something? I have a baby I need to find, remember? Compare that to the Fallout 3. You're set in the world and you're told go find your father, not go play Minecraft instead. On top of that, the entire questline of saving 3 guys is taking place in a single small building. Were you afraid I'm going to get lost, Bethesda? But enough bashing on Fallout 4. The facts are that the Fallout fanbase community dislikes the game as a game. They like it more as a Minecraft Sims game than a Fallout game. And that's enough proof that Bethesda dropped the ball on this one. People have more interest in building houses and whatnot than playing an RPG game. And the sad thing is, I bought the game expecting an RPG, not the house builder. So okay, that's strike number 2. Strike 3 came out with Elder Scrolls Legend. It's just a Hearthstone clone. What happened to you, Bethesda? After Skyrim you decided to chase, in order, World of Warcraft, then Minecraft, and now Hearthstone. Why are you trying to follow the leaders instead of leading? Like you did back in the day with Skyrim, or Morrowind, or Fallout 3. In the meanwhile, your followers, the guys that were behind you, has far surpassed you. Other developers now make far better massive open world RPGs. And that was your thing. You noticed a successful MMO and you decided to make one. You failed with it. World of Warcraft is still more popular, more successful, and make more money than the Elder Scrolls Online ever will. You decided to make a card game because Blizzard made a card game and it was successful. And the reception of it is as warm as it was back in the day with the Elder Scrolls Online. You just added the second lane and runes to Hearthstone. You complicated a simple and easily accessible game, and the press didn't like it, because that's the beauty of Hearthstone. It's simple and easily accessible. Complicating it just ruins it. And you had a spark of brilliance. Fallout Shelter. You released this tiny little time waster on iOS and Android alongside Fallout 4. It was crap, but I played it because I love me some light management games. It had the gameplay depth of a teaspoon, but it wasted some time and that was all it needed to do. Then you said you'll release it for PC. And as a PC gamer, that warmed my black little heart. With the updated gameplay mechanics and additional content, this game had the potential to be my reason to love you again, like back in the day with Skyrim. But you had to fucking up again, didn't you? Now I need the proprietary account to proprietary service I will never use to play a free-to-play Android game on PC. You deliberately went out of your way to make it more inconvenient for me to play your games. And that would have been fine, but you didn't release a Steam version. What happened to you, Bethesda? Now you're doing some weird stuff with Prey. You're doing some weird stuff with Quake as well. You're chasing the Overwatch crowd now. A casual shooter player base with a hardcore shooter property like Quake. It's like I come to the restaurant, ask for steak, and you serve me salad with some meat in it. Look, there is meat. Guys, I ask for hardcore shooter, not casual mobile hero stuff. If I want that, I can go play Overwatch. It has a huge player base, it has more development behind it. If I want my hardcore Quake game, I want my hardcore Quake game. It's like every time I ask you for a game, you give me a shallow copy of another older game. And the older game is significantly better. You're remaking Skyrim now. I have one question for you though. Why didn't you remake Fallout 3? It will have the same effect, even better. The new generation of consoles cannot play this. And any PC with Windows 7 or newer cannot play this as well. You could have easily updated Fallout 3, but you choose Skyrim. So my question is, why you choose Skyrim? And I will answer that for you. Remastering Skyrim takes no work whatsoever. Remastering Fallout 3 will take time and money and effort, and will show people how much you, as a game design studio, as a game development studio, has regressed since Fallout 3. You just wanted the quick and easy money, and Fallout will be neither quick nor easy. Skyrim, on the other hand, just install a couple of mods and touch here and there the code, and you sell the game again. Almost no effort, no expenses, and you have a cash flow. That attitude, Bethesda. Less work, more profit. Locking down games with accounts, trying to blindly follow a trend of the market, reminds me heavily of EA and Ubisoft. You're becoming one of them. And I will even say that you're not becoming one of them, you're now another one of them. Just like those guys, you decided to make more and more money instead of making more and more good games. And I know this isn't taking Skyrim away from me. I still love that game, it is still in my personal top 5 best games ever made, but from now on I will just have to add Bethesda to the list of crappy companies, alongside many others, and the list of decent companies is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Oh well. Hey guys, share your thoughts on this video in the comment section down below. Click the like button if you enjoyed it, and dislike button if you think I'm just overreacting. Check out some of my other videos right now, and have a nice day.